What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host, Josh, and we've brought in a very special guest today. Someone who's got knowledge on some of the big, transfers linked to the club, and that is Rens. Rens, how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing great. What about you?
I'm doing good. We're here to talk about Malen. We're here to talk about Madueke, and we brought an expert on the team to kind of go through his opinions and thoughts. But before that, Rens, is there any kind of shout out you want to see? If any PSV fans are out there, anyone who's just interested in PSV in general can come follow you on your socials?
Well, if you want to follow me, you can go to Twitter on Dumfries RGZ. Is it correct, actually? And Rensa on YouTube. I'm gonna start soon with making YouTube videos about football and anything.
Good man, good man. So that's a good little start, and we're gonna get a lot of knowledge on Rens today because I'm gonna put him to the test with two players that are linked to Borussia Dortmund. So we're gonna get right away. So I just want to hear a little bit of a background about Malen, about Madueke, and what they have been like and how they perform for PSV so far.
Well, let's start about Malen. He's one of our best players in the last season. He actually made around 19 goals this season and like 8 assists. It was really good this season, except the last part of the season he was just meh, to be honest. But I'm a really big fan of him. He's just really quick. His shooting can be good, also can be bad. But it's been a great player for us. We paid nothing to get him from Arsenal. So it is a really big steal. Even if he's gonna leave, we just make a lot of profit on him. About Malen Madueke, well, for me, he is the biggest talent on the English fields. I really like him. You know, he got the drip, he got pace, he got skills, he got everything you need as a wing. I'm more a fan of Madueke than Malen, to be honest. But yeah. Right. That's why, yeah.
No, I like it. Okay. So I'm just curious about position-wise, because from what I know about PSV, they play more of a 4-4-2 setup, Malen up front, Madueke on the wing. So I'm just curious, in your opinion, what do you think their best formation is? Is it in a 4-4-2, or do you think that they have strength in other kind of positions?
Well, I think you should place Malen as a striker. Just someone you can send through the defending. So it's just really fast. He's really good at that. As you can see in the Euro game, the last Euro game of the Netherlands, where he missed the big chance. That's something he's really good at. It's still pain in my heart, but I have to tell it. But Malen as a striker and Madueke can be a striker or as a wing to the right, actually. He was injured last season, so he couldn't play. He couldn't play a lot of games. But I'm actually really fan of him as a wing, on the wing. So this is where I prefer him.
All right. So if one of the two players comes to Borussia Dortmund, my assumption is that we're going to play because we need to get Holland on the pitch too. So I'm just curious, for a formation for Malen, which one do you think fits him more? Is it like a 4-1-2-1-2 with the 2 striker variations, or would you suit him a little bit more out on the wing? And that was a big question around him is can he play as a winger? So do you think he should risk playing on the wing for Dortmund, or do we have to keep him centrally?
Well, last season we played actually with a 2 striker system next to Sahavi. It's not totally his thing, because he's just on the point of the attack and not just come to the midfield to pick up the ball. So I prefer as Dortmund to play him in like a 4-2-3-1 system as an example, and then on the wing. So that's the best position, I guess.
And then Madueke would be in a 4-2-3-1 out on the right-hand side as well.
Or as a striker.
So it's very interesting.
Yes.
So would you say he played more games, Madueke, as a striker or a winger for you guys?
As a winger, actually.
As a winger?
Yeah.
All right, because I wasn't fully aware that he was able to play on the striker position. He seemed like a natural type of winger, but from the highlights and from what I know about him. But that could be very interesting because we've lacked depth in the striker position at time to time.
Yeah, that's true. He played not a lot of games as a striker, but sometimes he did, and I mean, it's just really nice to see him playing. I mean, I always enjoy him if he plays.
All right, now we're going to put your mind a little bit to the test. So there's been a lot of heavy linked rumors for both of the players going to Dortmund. What is your opinion on thoughts of percentage-wise and if you actually do believe that they will leave PSV or not?
Well, let's start about Malen. I mean, I think he's gonna leave for like 99%. And if it's Dortmund, I have no idea. I mean, it's what I heard. That's the only club who's actually interested in him. So yeah, I hope Dortmund is maybe a great club for him. But I guess yeah, he's gonna leave. That's for sure. So if it's Dortmund, I don't know. But I guess it's a great. He deserves it to go to a new club. About Madueke, I don't want him to leave. To be honest, I mean, like I heard Dortmund did a bid on him for like 20 million, and if he doesn't get enough playtime at PSV, then he's leaving. If he gets enough playtime at PSV, then he's not leaving. So I hope for the last, because he is so good for us. Like last week, we had a practice game against a club of the second division out of Belgium, and it was 90 minutes. So good of him. I mean, he scored a penalty. He showed some skills. I mean, it's really nice to watch him play. So, yeah, I hope Malen leaves. No, I'm not hoping, but I guess he's leaving. But Madueke, he has to stay in Eindhoven.
So in terms of development, then you kind of seem like Malen's kind of there. He's ready to take that move,
Yeah.
whether it be Dortmund, whether it be Liverpool. And you think for Malen Madueke that it's probably good for him to continue at PSV, maybe take more of a controlling role. Because if I check my numbers correctly, he only started about 7 games last year, and that was probably due to the injury he picked up.
Yes, and of course of the coach. I mean, he was probably most of them on the bench, and then like as a super sub. But this year he wants to change that. He actually got to England to train for himself. So this year is gonna be his year.
I like it. Yeah. I mean, I find it hard to believe from a Dortmund perspective that we'll be able to pull off both transfers. I truly believe that unless there's some movement coming from our club in terms of sales of fringe players. And from what I'm reading, it seems like Malen's a little bit more likely. But we did hear the number of about 20 mil being linked for Madueke to Dortmund. I've heard a number for Malen. It's about 27 to 30 mil. I also heard Liverpool is slightly interested. So I was curious of what you think the price tag would be to get a deal done to see Malen go to Dortmund.
I guess what you said is the correct numbers. I even heard it's in his contract that if anyone drops a bid on him, he can leave. But yeah, it's a great amount of money for us. I mean, we're not actually a big club anymore in Europe. I mean, yeah, the last year was not the best year, to be honest. We became second in the Eredivisie, the competition of the Netherlands. In the Europa League, we lost against Olympiacos. So it was not the best season. We had a new coach. Yeah, I think it's just he may be worth more, but I guess if we get 30 million for him, I'd be happy.
Fair. So I'm gonna put the little, I guess, guessing game for you. Personal opinion with a little bit of bias. Do you believe, like you said, Malen's like 99%? But do you where do you think both players will be playing at the start of next season?
Well, it's just of the coach, of course, for Madueke. If he if he doesn't play, then he's gonna leave. But if he though of if you play, sorry, that was if you play for PSV all the time, then he's not leaving. So I can say that actually it's just in the hands of the trainer and the coach. Yeah, Malen, even the coach said he's not coming back to PSV. So I guess it's Dortmund or Liverpool for him.
Yeah, and I watched a nice interview on Madueke talking about his personal journey to basically finding a team where he can play and leaving Liverpool or leaving Tottenham and rejecting United and going to PSV and finding minutes and idolizing someone like Jadon Sancho. So, and it's another reason why, from me looking in on the outside, why I thought maybe it would be a little bit early for him to leave. This looks like a big opportunity for a young 19-year-old to get some huge minutes at PSV, especially with Malen potentially leaving. And for his development, it seems like he kind of is fully aware of that. And I'm assuming he'll get minutes. He looks like a baller for you guys. And yeah, I mean, if you're asking me as well, I think Malen will join Dortmund, and I think Madueke will stay at PSV. But I have one final question for you, Rens. I appreciate you coming on here. I have to ask it. Talk to me about Mario Götze. Just for fun, one final question here. He was a player who meant so much to me as I followed Dortmund. He obviously made the move to Bayern and, kind of made up for it. But he's going over at PSV. I like keeping an eye on them because of Götze. So I just want to hear from your perspective what your thoughts are on him so far.
Well, that's actually really fun because I already have a shirt of Götze. Right now, I have him on. So I was really surprised when he joined PSV. I mean, Götze, the big player of the 2040 World Champions. So yeah, I mean, it was really excited. He got some injuries. But he also got that at Dortmund and Bayern München. So it's not a really big surprise. But I mean, he was so important for us in the in the games he played. So yeah, I mean, it's just joinable of wait. It's just a pleasure to see him play, and it's like a big player for playing for us, like for transfer free. So that was also really surprising. But yeah, I'm a really big fan of him, and I hope he is going to stay this year.
Awesome. I mean, it's cool. It's cool to take a look at it, as I know, obviously, with Götze, injuries will always be a bit of a concern.
Yeah.
Seemed like he put up some good numbers. Saw him playing out on the right-hand side of the midfield from time to time. Saw him play when you guys were playing in a 4-3-3. He played through the middle, but it's good. I hope he stays healthy as well. I think that there's a little German connection with PSV right now, and hopefully he'll shine for you guys and can pick up where Malen left off. But that's awesome to hear, Rens. I really appreciate you coming on the channel today and giving the Dortmund fans an insight of a potential player we may get. We really appreciate it. And anything you want to say before we head out?
Well, thanks for inviting me. It was an honor to be here. And yeah, thank you.
Perfect. Everyone, make sure to give a big thumbs up, big like on the channel, and go in the comments and just let Rens know what a good job he did. He was a little bit nervous in terms of his English, but I thought he absolutely nailed it, and we appreciate him coming on here. So take care, guys. Hopefully we'll see you guys soon, and we appreciate all the support on the channel, and we'll talk to you guys soon.